And we are live. It's a Reseller Wakeup. It's a Monday, episode 31 of the show, and it's November 24th. Oh, what a weekend. How was everybody's weekend this last couple days? Anything wild and crazy going on? Anything fun? Get anything done?
It sucked.
Sucks. Why? What happened?
I've had one sale, then I sold, or was it Friday? I think I sold Robert Graham on Friday, and they still haven't paid.
Oh, of course.
Uh, then I sold a dress after negotiations. That's the one package going out. But things are looking brighter because somebody's back.
Good
Oh.
morning.
Hey, Robin. What's happening? It's been forever since we talked to you.
I know I've been like super busy with a whole bunch of different stuff, and my freaking computer went kind of crazy on me, and I couldn't be on the Hangouts because echoing problems and then connection problems and all kinds of stuff. So I gave up there for a while, and now, good morning.
Yeah.
Things were going a bit slow there for a little while, and then this past weekend I had a really awesome weekend in sales, so I was glad about that. Things kind of plummeted there for a little bit, but I'm hoping the reason why is because maybe people are saving their money up for Black Friday and for holiday shopping, and maybe they'll start spending all of that savings here soon so I can start raking in the dough.
Yeah, Black Friday is really when the floodgates seem to open up uh, in fourth quarter. I mean, people talk about fourth quarter like it's the whole thing, but I mean, yeah, your show should be better right now. But man, that last month or that last week in November and into December is when it just goes insane. But or it should. What about you, Chris? Anything over the weekend? Just working, right?
Yeah, just working all weekend. Think I only made one sale over the weekend.
Right on.
Did you make any listings?
Well, there's a couple things on Amazon, but that was about it.
Right on. Yeah, I didn't get much listing or sourcing done. I was Monday, or yeah, Monday. Sorry, I'm a little out of it today. Saturday, I had my nephew's birthday party, so that took up a good chunk of the day. And then besides that, I just kind of took a break and hung out with my kid and played some video games. But I needed that. And then, yeah, yesterday it was just lots and lots of sorting through stuff and reorganizing and getting some space made and uh, trying to get rid of some of the stuff that I just needed to get rid of. Finally getting around to doing that stuff. So hopefully today I'm probably gonna call Goodwill or something and have them come and drop a truck or stop a truck and pick a bunch of junk off that I really needed to just get through. I mean, when you do this long enough, stuff piles up, and I'm sick of looking like I'm a hoarder. So I gotta get through everything that I just don't want to deal with and mess around with. Got a lot of that though.
I've been making a lot of donations here lately. Stuff that's been sitting around for the last year that I bought when I first started doing this and realized after a few months that that's just not an item to pick up again. So I've been sorting through and making room for, stuff that's actually going to make me some money and just redonating stuff back to Goodwill and the little honey hole places that I like to go to. So
Yeah, yeah. The big thing that I've done that was taking up space for me were computers. I really want to get somebody on that knows how to break them down really well and like what sells, how they lot it up, how they sell it without having to deal with all the scammers. Just because it seems like there's so many of them that buy use computer components. I mean, every time I've ever tried to sell anything, like any motherboards or video cards, even if I sell them for parts, I still get messages.
Beware of leaf blowers.
So he said you're gonna have the Goodwill drop off a truck.
What?
No, I was asking Paul. He said something about he's gonna have the Goodwill drop off a truck.
So what's your secret, Robin, to getting all the sales?
What's my secret?
Yes.
Hmm.
Been on a while. You gotta give us a secret.
What secret do I have? I just try and make sure I list at least 5 items a day, usually. Sometimes it's 3. Somebody said 3, and so I was like, screw it, if I don't make it to 5, then I'm just going to do 3. But I always try and list something, at least 3 things, every single day except for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday I don't work. I don't even do shipping on Saturday. If somebody buys something on Friday, they got to wait until Monday before it goes out. So...
You sure it's not the Xena Warrior Princess Shield up there?
That's the Augusta shield, and I still haven't listed it. I love that thing. I should list it, though, since I'm going to try and get like $300 out of her or something stupid like that. It's an awesome, awesome shield. I was surprised my husband didn't like it as much as I do. It's a freaking shield. Who doesn't love shields, right?
You gotta get a sword or two to match it.
Very true.
Put it up behind it, yeah. Yeah, I love stuff like that just because, you know, you can have it sitting around for a while and you don't mind asking a higher price because, you know, just sit there and look at it all day. If you like artwork and stuff, I've got stuff that I just put the stars on because I don't care if it sells. But then when it finally does sell, for the price that you actually have it at, then it's like, oh, hell yeah, you can have it for that.
Yeah, that's happy dance worthy.
Exactly. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm having technical difficulties this morning. I don't know if it's Chrome or what. I keep freezing up, so if I freeze up again, I'll just switch over to Firefox. It doesn't look as good. It's a lot more like grainy, but at least I don't get kicked off every 5 minutes. But yeah, so anything? You guys looking forward to Black Friday? How about you, Robin? Do you ever do Black Friday? Is that one of your things, or do you just blow it off like everybody else seems to talk about doing?
I haven't been a reseller during a Black Friday. So I usually would avoid Black Fridays because I don't like crazy people. I don't... it's just crowded Walmarts or whatever do not sound appealing to me. I don't care how little the Barbie dolls they're fighting over cost.
Yeah.
But speaking of things that you make some decent money on, though, I sold, and I don't know if any of y'all remember, but in one of my videos, I picked up a bottle of YSL cologne, a bottle of cologne from YSL from like the 1970s or something. It was full. I picked it up for $1 at a garage sale this past summer, and I sold it this weekend for $140.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
Old perfume that, you know, people are just trying to get rid of and stuff. Grab that stuff because I have sold almost every single bottle of vintage perfume I've picked up for at least $50, at least. And I get them for like pennies.
What about cologne?
Cologne? I sold a bottle of cologne lately too. It was Stratos or something like that. It came in a blue bottle and it had a seagull on it. And it was older. I got it from a estate sale. They had a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, Avon. No. Avon, no.
We buy stuff.
What, Avon doesn't sell?
I have donated a bunch of that crap. Don't pick that stuff up. Avoid Avon.
I've got an old Avon bottle laying around somewhere, but it's very, very old. Like, I think it was from the 50s or 60s or something.
It don't matter. Avon just doesn't sell very well.
Yeah, I know, it's junk.
You're at the thrift stores or yard sales, garage sales, if you still have them. If you see the Avon bottles you like, pick them up and put them on your shelf. If you don't like them, forget them, because you will be collecting them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty much glassware in general. For me. But
Good morning.
So,
Good
yeah.
morning.
Morning.
Hey, Robin, have you ever met Caesar?
No, I haven't, but we've talked on Facebook a bit. Hey.
And that's Dana. I think. No, you haven't met him either, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we've had Dan on a few times.
I'm talking about Robin.
Oh, I know,
haven't.
but that's what I'm saying. Talking to her. One of the
Why did
one of
you
the guys
ask
that
about
comes in every once
Caesar?
in a while, but
I was just wondering. I'm trying to get a time frame on when you were
When I
last on.
poofed on everybody?
Yeah.
it's been like 2 weeks. Pretty sure. What'd you say? Like, I know last week you weren't on. The week before that, I think you popped in a couple times just to see uh, if it was working, and then you popped back out.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as glassware goes, I have zero luck with that stuff. I got a whole bunch of it sitting over there. I think I've sold one bottle in 6 months, but I have no idea what I'm looking for. So, like all that depression glass and stuff that people talk about, the federal law forbids, just does not go.
Excuse me.
And I got a couple old, like really old bottles made in Scotland. Actually, maybe that's the one that sold. I can't remember. I haven't even looked at that stuff in so long. I just walk right past it at the thrift stores now. It's just not even worth dealing with and messing around with. For me, anyway. But
I need to go grab me some tape. My coffee's starting to do its work, and I'm ready to get this packing done.
yeah, Sabina said that, or she mentioned the websites for Black Friday and how you can get the ads ahead of time and kind of decide where you want to go, what you want to hit. I know there are a lot of ads that are like, or a lot of websites that talk about the biggest deals of the year and all that other stuff, but I haven't seen anything this year that makes me go, wow, that's unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing. This year's just
Really?
because
I
like
would think that a lot of people would rather do like Cyber Monday than Black Friday anyway.
no way, that's not true. I think more people are still brick and mortar shoppers. I mean,
Really?
the online sales are getting bigger, but I think that more people still go to the brick and mortar stores, and plus that I love Black Friday. Okay, I do it every year. I've had fun doing it for years. I'm I don't know. I just like being in crowds and I like being around people. It doesn't bother me at all. And crazy people, I don't get that. I mean, I think that like you kind of have. I think it's like a mental thing. Like if you give off that vibe, like you're nervous and stuff, people get kind of nervous around you and treat you like you're dodgy or whatever. But I mean, when you're cool, people are cool most of the time.
But when people physically grab stuff out of your hands,
I don't
then
know. It might be different for.
I think I'll just stay home.
It might be
Yeah,
different for
I
women.
wouldn't go. I'd end up in jail. It's just like, I'd deck somebody. If we tried to
Yeah.
take something out of my hand while I was looking at it, I'd just turn around and punch them right in the lights, man.
I've never had that happen. And if you've ever been to the Wham Pay, you get used to it anyway.
Yeah. I guess that's good training, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I've never had a bad experience. I've never been pushed around. I've never been like, I mean, people are cool. Maybe it's just Colorado. I mean, we're a little bit more laid back here, and for good reason. Certain things are legal that keep everybody's emotions calm.
Hey, I scored a cool hat this week.
Yeah, I
this
saw
out.
that. I was looking at it. That is awesome, man.
Isn't that an awesome hat?
How old is that?
I don't know. It was brand new. It's still got the original tags and everything in it, and it's a stretch back, not a snap back. I guess that's what it's called, a stretch back. I don't know. But it's a one size fits most, and it happens to fit me, and I have a large head. I wear 7 5/8, and this fits fine, but it's in cherry condition. I think I maybe sell it. There's already some couple of people on Facebook were sniffing at it. Let me know when you list it.
I would probably sell that for sure. That's an awesome hat and everything, but I don't like holding on to stuff like sitting on stuff like that, especially if
Yeah,
it's
I've got way too many hats. I've been collecting them for 40 years, and I've got a bag full of them in the garage. I should probably go look through. And then this one I just thought was bizarre. It's an official MLB licensed clothing thing. Again, my size, an LA hat, but it's got ears. I mean, it's got like the fleece lined ears that snap in a back thing that goes around your head for his like cold weather hat. Like that doesn't make much sense for Los Angeles, but still, it's just I thought it was so bizarre. I had to have it for $1.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. I bet you it probably sells okay too. But I'm not super huge on hats. I mean, all my hats are hanging up right there. And I sell one every
Yeah.
once in a while, but you know, they're one of those things. It's like usually put it up for 20 or 30 bucks, and then when it doesn't sell the first round, I drop it to 20. If it doesn't sell after that, I drop it to like 9, and then usually it finally sells at that price point. And if it doesn't, then I just keep relisting it until it does.
Yeah. Well, they had a bunch of hats there, all kinds of, athletic team hats and things like that, and things like that. And I know that those sell okay, but I don't know enough about them to do it. But these were so unique that I thought, ow, I got to have that. So for $1 a piece, I grabbed these two strange ones, and then I just left the rest of them sit there. Chicago Bulls and all kinds of different athletic type ones.
Right. What's up, Adam?
Adam!
There's Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Wow. Been gone
Robin.
for a while when she's happy to see Adam.
On the count of 3, Robin, just get it out your system. Count of 3.
Stop. Okay. Count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Shut up, Adam.
Yeah.
I had a pretty awesome flip this week. I posted it in the Facebook groups and stuff like that. I bought some Aramis 900 herbal aftershave for $5 a bottle, and I just took a best offer of 200 for both bottles.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I think my
Sweet.
best
I
seller
wish
of
I
the
bought the whole
weekend.
case. She had a whole case of them sitting there. I said, but I didn't want to spend that much money, and I didn't trust it. I didn't know. I'd never sold that stuff before. But when I started doing the research on it, I found out there's a bunch of Aramis 900 around, and I just talked to my friend she's actually here now, back in LA, but she does vintage, not vintage, but, some vintage, but mostly secondhand, high-end fashion, Versace and Manolo Blahniks and all that kind of stuff. And she does it in swap meets. Been doing it for 35 years and making a crap ton of money. She says, oh, yeah, that stuff is really high-end. It's expensive stuff. I mean, and I researched, and the aftershave was not available. They had the cologne and other kinds of stuff, but not the aftershave. So I took a chance and listed them for, I threw them up there for, I think, 100 and something a piece or whatever. And I finally took an offer of 100 a piece on best offer and sold them because they're sitting in a box ready to ship right now.
Yeah, I would always be leery anytime I find a case, like an entire case of any high-end cologne or perfume, of it being fake. Because there are a lot of people out there that are selling knockoffs, and I mean, it would just suck to, start.
It
I
looks
mean, if you
legit
made
according to everything that I've seen. So, but yeah, you're right about that. But it was a yard sale, and it was consistent with the other stuff that they had. They were closing down a shop they had or something like that, and we're selling out a bunch of stuff. I got quite a few nice things there actually. So,
Yeah.
but it's been a little slow for a while. It went quiet, and nothing happened for like 3 or 4 or 5 days on either platform, and then all of a sudden it took off again, and I sold about 3 or 4 things this last week on eBay. Just yesterday, basically, several of them finally sold. A tie I'd been sitting on for a while.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss tie, Black Label, and then a bunch of things are starting to go out the door on Amazon.
Yeah, I sold my first piece of artwork this weekend. Actually the first piece of artwork that I've really tried to sell. I've got a couple like small oil paintings from like the 70s that I've had listed forever that I've been trying to get rid of, and I priced quite a bit on those. But this one, it was a pencil drawing. It was a signed and numbered print from an artist that actually existed. Like when I Googled his name, it was the first thing that came up, so I knew there was probably something. But I got it home, and I paid like $5.99 for this print and listed it for $40. And just at auction last Sunday when they had that free auction promotion going on, and then it got a lot of interest, lots of watchers, lots of bids all throughout the week, and it eventually went for like $45 for that, but that was kind of cool. I just never really tried to sell a print before, or I've never found like a legit piece of artwork, I guess. I mean,
I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Yeah. Well, it looked cool. It was like this pencil drawing of a bull elk, you know. So I mean, I figured the subject matter was good enough, but it was cheap, and I mean, it was like matted and framed behind glass. It had a professional frame job done and everything. So the guy hasn't paid yet, though. Of course. What is up with people not paying this weekend? Driving me
You know,
crazy.
Adam doesn't have his camera on because he didn't wash his wife beater yet this week.
Yeah, I know, right? Hasn't changed it.
Still got
Messed
stains on it, mustard stains and stuff from the front, from eating.
I just woke up, so I'm just trying to do something.
Your hair's a mess, right?
Oh, I just woke up too. This is me when I first wake up.
Me too. I woke up. God, I stayed in bed until like 6:30 this morning. I never stay in bed that late. But
I was up at 5, my usual time.
yeah, I was up late last night trying to get everything organized, and I'm like 90% done. There's still a couple little things that I need to do as far as what I planned on getting done this weekend. I mean, and then next weekend I'll probably do it again and get another corner figured out. What I really got to do is find some really good clothing racks. If anybody has like a link or something to some cheap clothing racks that are really like good, sturdy quality, uh, I'd love to see it because I bought this one at Target. It was like $20, and actually I didn't get it at Target. I bought it at Goodwill for $5, but it was like one of their little clearance things. It was brand new. Then when I went to Target to buy a couple more of them, they were like $25 each. So I didn't pick up any more, thank goodness, because when I started hanging clothes on them, it just fell over. It's such a piece of crap.
Yeah, those are notorious for being horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I figured. I was hoping that it would at least.
Usually, I see a bunch of them on there. I see places that sell off furniture. Oh, I scored a. What did I do with it? I picked up a ladies one of those plastic hollow hanger mannequin thingies for displaying ladies' clothes out of the trash the other day. I was dropping at the UPS store, and they were scrapping out a store and remodeling one of the stores in the strip mall, and this was laying on the pile, and there was a guy in there taping the wall, mudding the wall and stuff like that. I said, "Is this trash out here?" He said, "No, mom, speaking Spanish." I said, "Hey, basura? See? Okay, in the car."
Yeah, I got to get a female mannequin. I'm staying away from women's clothes because all I have is a male. But I do pick up like women's coats and stuff. If I find a big heavy coat and it's really really cheap, I'll grab it.
Yeah,
I got
coats and sweaters. It's about the only thing I bother with. I found an ugly sweater which I sold, and another ugly sweater which I can't sell.
Do you pick up women's bras?
no. Actually, funny story. I was in the what was it, Save or Unique, one of the thrift stores, like a couple weeks ago. It was Veterans Day actually, and this dude starts talking to me, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I sell women's bras." I was like, because he saw me going through stuff, and I had my phone out, and I was like shooting a ride along video and stuff, just trying to get some footage, which I still haven't edited or gone through, but yeah, and he's like, "Oh, so are you looking prices up? Do you resell?" Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah. So he's like, "Oh, well, I sell women's bras." I'm like, "Okay." It's like, "Yeah, that's all I sell on eBay, is women's bras." Okay, that's cool. He's like, "Yeah, the really big ones sell really good, you know." I mean, he just keeps going on and on. I was like, "Oh, cool, man. That's right on." Hey, I gotta finish this video.
Now, the point of me asking if you pick up women's bras is, I think you have a male form, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So a
You
bra,
can, yeah, it's
add
good
that
for
to
like.
throw it on the male.
Yeah, you can do plus size clothes that way too.
Yeah, I have a dressmaker's mannequin is what I use as a dress form right now, and it's adjustable from like 36 to 44. You can just turn some knobs.
Oh yeah. I found one of those at Goodwill a couple months ago. I thought about buying it, but they wanted like $100 for the damn thing. I was like, what?
This was a curb find. A friend of mine found it in her neighborhood while she was on her walk with her dog. She said, "You want this?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything before that. It was a hanger routine, which looked like crap.
Yeah. I would definitely take one cheap. Yeah, I think somebody's talking about building like racks on just tying it up to the ceiling. That's a good idea. I might actually do that. I've been thinking about buying just like the curtain hangers, and then getting some kind of mounts or something for the wall. But I wouldn't
I use
trust
some.
it.
I have a bunch of these stainless steel. I've had them for a couple of years. Used to use them. They're stainless steel bars for like hanging pots and stuff like that from IKEA. And I mounted 2 of those up in my packing room in the garage on the shelving that I have there. And I have my newsprint paper stuff draped over one, and a roll of my shrink wrap on the other, and stuff like that. So it works out pretty well. It's just right in front of my desk. I can just pull it down, hit it, run it through my sealer and stuff. And so I started hanging that stuff. I still haven't figured out a way to do the bubble wrap neatly yet, but hanging it from the overhead is probably going to be the way. Piece of PVC through it and a couple of hooks, because I have and IKEA has these stainless steel S hooks, heavy duty ones. They got small ones that are about 2 inches long, and I have these bigger ones that are like 4 or 5 inches long, and you can get a pack of them for like $2 or $3 or something like that. There's like 20 or 30 in the pack, and they're really handy for all kinds of stuff. They're nice big S, really strong S hooks, really strong.
So Sue S. Asked a question, wondering why the Hangout's not open to everybody. I mean, it's open, but basically this is a show. You can start a Hangout anytime you want. You just go to Google, you start that Hangout, you post it in the groups, and if people want to come in, then they'll come in. There's no special rules or anything to doing it, but we're just doing a show. We do it every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Standard Time, and I mean, I just invite people that I know. I mean, it's a live show on YouTube, so I don't want to get like a crazy person in here or somebody who just wants to sit there with their camera off and their mic off and not talk. We're trying to keep the conversation going.
Hangout, so.
What's that, Robin?
Which happens a lot in Hangout sometimes. People with no mics and no cams just come in and kind of chill out, which, is
no,
okay.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine when we're off air, but I mean,
right,
if you're
exactly.
trying to do a show, then everybody needs to be engaged and talking and stuff. And we're trying to get information. We're trying to share information. I mean, this is a working Hangout, so you hear the tape in the background. Sometimes you'll hear a label printer going off or whatever. People printing out their shipping labels and their barcodes for Amazon and stuff. But I mean, we're here to like answer questions and talk to each other and kind of brag about stuff. And so after the show though, once we go off air, then I post the link to this Hangout in my group, the Reseller Wakeup. Get on Facebook and check out the Reseller Wakeup. I keep the current episode pinned to the top there, and then after every show, I open up the Hangout by posting a link to the show's Hangout in that group. So I mean, stuff just gets buried in all the other groups. My group isn't as big, so I don't bother posting it everywhere. So if you want to get into the Hangouts after the show, then go ahead and join the Reseller Wake Up, and you'll be able to find the links there. It's easier to find the links to the show every morning. Like I said, we post the link to the Hangout after the show goes off air every day. And yeah. And also, if you haven't noticed, there's a little horribly drawn, like hand-sketched banner that I have in that group. And basically, I just did that because I'm running a contest right now. Just trying to find somebody to make me a banner, make me a better banner. I sketched that one out just to kind of get an idea or get people creative or pointed in the direction that I was kind of thinking myself. But we've had some other banners, like some ideas that have been really awesome, and they don't look anything like that. So if you've got an idea for a banner, if you want to try and submit something, then go ahead, whip something up and get it submitted. It's been running for a couple weeks now. I thought for sure I'd have found exactly what I want by now, but just haven't seen what I want. So I'm gonna let it run for as long as it takes. Whoever gets chosen, whoever's banner gets chosen, I've got a little cell phone clip. This is what I use for when I'm doing like ride-along videos in my car, and actually had the Golden Finger Picker was the one that turned me on to this actual item. It's like I said, it's a cell phone clip. Just got a suction cup and put it on your windshield. It's got a little sticky thing that you can put on the bottom of it to attach it to like your dash or like a table or something if you're doing a haul video or whatever. But it's a universal clip. It'll hold just about any cell phone unless it's like an iPad or like a Galaxy Note or something, uh, or like a smaller camera, whatever. It'll hold it. But yeah, if I pick your banner, then that thing's yours. But anyway, enough about the group. So yeah, I think today after I get off, I'm gonna go and take another look at the Black Friday ads because it seems like the stores always kind of slowly leak the ads, and like towards the like Tuesday, Wednesday, like the week of Black Friday, that's when the really crazy stuff comes out. They're kind of like just releasing the stuff that's safe for now, and the stuff that they don't really, they're giving everybody a chance to see exactly what they have, and then all the stores at the last minute just try to undercut each other and put something out that's just insane. I've noticed, but we'll see if it happens this year.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with the Black Friday this year.
Yeah, I think it's a mix. I mean, like last year I was reselling, but I wasn't doing it. I mean, I was doing it full time, but it wasn't like what I'm doing now. I didn't know what I know. I had just started, like I had just lost my job. I had just switched to full time. Just decided that I was gonna make it happen, and I was starting to move into other things. I was a lot more specialized, a lot more nichey. I was doing more like role playing games, sticking to games, like just games, basically. You know, Lots of little miniatures and D&D stuff and magic cards and video games and stuff like that. So, like I still was looking through the Black Friday through like the consumer's goggles. You know? So, I mean, when you're looking at stuff to resell, it's completely different than when you're looking at stuff to buy for yourself. The deals look a lot better when you intend to keep the item, it seems like. But I think that's kind of what's been going on with me. Uh,
Even me looking at it without being like the consumer end and being the reseller, I didn't see anything that really stood out. That was a really, really good deal for us resellers. So,
well, I'll tell you one thing that tends to be one of the big things, like one of the big ticket items every year, are the giant screen TVs. But now it seems like the last few years, people, they were still like $900 for a 50-inch TV. Like a 46-inch TV was still $600 or $700. But now all day you can walk in and find them on sale for like $300 or $400.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's just
yeah.
not that big of a deal to see a $300 TV anymore, and it's not that big of a deal to see a $250 or $300 laptop anymore like it used to be. I mean, it seems like they always. I mean, they would have to put like $100 laptop that's actually decent out there to get my attention. And I mean, as far as TVs, same thing. I mean, if I saw like a 46-inch smart TV for $200 or something like that, then yeah, that would be something. But I mean, now I don't know. That was one of my big things that I did last year when I went on a Black Friday. I managed to score one of the cheap TVs. I think I paid like $150 for a 42-inch TV, and while I was in line to pay for it, I posted it on Craigslist, and it sold before I got home. And the guy actually came to my house. I bought this thing at like 10 o'clock. He came, picked it up the next morning, and that was it. I mean, that's,
How much did you make off of it?
Don't even have to take it out of the car.
well, barely. Yeah, I paid 150. I sold it for 300 cash.
Cool.
Yeah, that was my best flip from Black Friday last year, and that's the only reason why I pay attention, and why I'm interested, because I know if I had tried a little harder and picked up some more stuff, then probably could have flipped it pretty quick. So there's got to be something out there that you can make some real money on. But I mean, yeah, that was worth going out. It was actually at the early sale because now they like open at 10 o'clock, and then they have the door opener deals, and then at midnight they have another deal, and then at like 3 in the morning they'll have another deal, and then at 6 in the morning they'll have another deal, and stuff goes on different sales at different times of the day. all day on Black Friday. So you kind of, at least that's what they did last year. I don't know if it's I just haven't looked into it closely enough this year, just because I haven't heard of. I mean, I've just looked at the uh, items that are for sale themselves, not like the scheduling and stuff. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'll go out just because it's fun. But oh, no problem, Sue. Yeah, just come on in after the show opens up, and we'll. I mean, I don't mind having anybody on. I'll let anybody that wants to come on if as long as I get to know them first. You know, just come in, these hangouts while we're in there, talk to us, get to know us, and if you want to be on the show, that's cool. I'll let you on. I'm not picky or anything. Especially if you got, you know, everybody's got something to offer. Whether you're a brand new reseller, just started doing this, you're just doing it on the side to make a little extra money, or you know, you're experienced and you've been doing it for 15 years and you're doing it full time, like your whole life. You know, I mean, I want to hear from everybody, and I want to hear the people that are really small time that just you get to hear their mistakes, and they ask questions that an experienced reseller wouldn't ask. And like sometimes you take for granted how much you know, and you need people like that around you just to remind you that wow, there's stuff that uh, I need to cover this. You know, I mean, there are probably a lot of people out there that would like to have that question answered, and I didn't even realize that I need to ask it just because, you know, taking it for granted because I've been doing it so. But if any of you have any questions or comments, go ahead and ask away in the chat. But we're watching the chat here, and we're just everybody else is working. Like I said, you can hear the tape. I got about 15 items actually that I need to ship out today.
Awesome.
Get some
Yeah,
people
the
that.
most common thing I see is people see all these stuff about retail arbitrage and they get all excited and they run across something in the store and they have this bright idea and they buy a crap ton of them. Then they realize either they can't sell it or there's 18 million other guys selling it too. They don't know to look for that, and so they end up with stuff that they got either a garage full of what they don't need or they try to take it back, you know, which is a little bit dishonest. And
Yeah.
you know,
I don't mind the whole taking stuff back thing. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
I don't
if
either.
it's like
I do
Walmart or something. I'm sorry, I just don't have any sympathy for. Well, I don't have as much sympathy for a giant mega corporation whose the owners of the freaking company have more money than like 80% of the rest of the country combined or whatever it
I
is.
take stuff back too. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
whatever.
I'm not like totally dishonest about it, but I mean, if I buy something and I decide, oh well, it's brand new, still in the package, it's not like they can't resell it. You know, I mean, when I get returns on eBay, it doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, yeah, it sucks when you've got like a $50 calculator that sells and then they send it back because you know they say something was wrong with it and there was nothing wrong with it. I just relist it and it sells again.
Or
So.
$100 pair of curtains like I did last weekend. I got a lady who it said specifically in the listing that these were gray. I took pictures and everything. She bought them for $100. I accepted a best offer on them. Then she messaged me and says, "Can I return these?" And it was a 14-day return on them because I wanted my little top-rated seller thing, and, you know, my discount and everything. She messaged me and says, "I know you said they were gray in the listing, but they kind of looked a little bit purple in the pictures." I was like, crap. Fine, I have a 14-day return policy. Send them back. That's whatever. I'll probably end
Look
up
at them in
using.
a purple light, they're purple, right?
Yeah, I know, right? It was burnout velvet, you know, the burnout with the velvet design or whatever. So surely, depending upon how the light hits that velvet, it's going to look kind of different in color. So whatever.
Yeah, that's like I said, if somebody wants to return something, they can. That's why I offer the return policy. And if Walmart wants to offer a return policy and I buy something from them and I don't want, then I don't mind taking it back. It's not a big deal to me. I mean,
I want them happy.
Did you at least make them pay for shipping back?
Yes.
Oh, they could.
Adam.
Well, it's not like you have any choice. I mean, if you offer hassle-free returns, all they have to do is click that item that's not as described button. And I mean, find me somebody who's won that battle. I hear people talk crap all the time about how tough they are with their customers and how they'll fight tooth and nail and they're not going to let customers walk all over them and blah, blah, blah. You know what I haven't heard? A person saying, yeah, I fought them and won. It's not going to, I mean, it just doesn't happen, guys. I mean,
It happens very rarely. It does happen, but very rarely.
yeah, every once in a while you'll get the right person on the phone. But, you know, I've even heard, like, the seller will call eBay, and eBay will be like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, that's cool. We'll side with you." And then the customer will call eBay, and eBay is like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, seller protection, or buyer protection, we'll cover you. Don't worry." You know, and then they end up siding with the buyer even after they tell the seller that they're going to side with them, because it's just, if the buyer isn't proactive at all and they don't answer, they don't respond or whatever, then yeah, you can get eBay to side with you if you raise a big enough bid. But I mean, if they fight too, then they're going to side with the buyer.
Yeah. The only return I've ever had on eBay was a leather jacket that I sold, ladies' leather jacket. I had the sizes described very carefully. In fact, I used Sizely, and I've actually found another one that works even better, that covers all the different things. But she bought it, and I paid $50 for it, and got it. And then she said, you know, it doesn't really fit me right. And she emailed me back through eBay, but she emailed me back because it doesn't really fit right. Can I send this back? I said, sure. And she paid $10 and something to send it back to me. So,
right
it was
on.
the only one I ever had to deal with.
Oh man, I get returns, like, I probably get like one return a month, I would say. But I mean, once you start, I think it depends on your volume, you know. I mean, if you're selling 100 items a month or 200 items a month, you're gonna get like 1% back. And I mean, you just got to build that in and hope that that 1% item isn't like a $400 item.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, that hurts, man. I mean, when I've got a $300 jacket or something that's I've had listed for 2 or 3 months and it sells, I'm a little bit leery, like, oh crap, okay, I gotta wait until this guy gets positive feedback, and I gotta know that he liked the item before I spend that money. But
yeah. The one that jacks my jaws is returns on Amazon, because you're just like in the dark totally. You haven't a clue on why it's coming back. They'll send something back and they don't even tell you, and 2 or 3 weeks later, you finally get it. It finally shows up back at the thing, and it's carrier damage or whatever, and they refund me. So okay, I'm good with that. But I just had another one. I sold one of those VCR. I sold a VCR actually, and also now it's being returned. It's like, why? And they won't tell you. They don't know. They can't tell you. You call and bitch about it, and it's like, they're not going to tell you anything about it. So you just have to let it ride and let the dust settle and eat the $70 or $80 that you got for it until it comes back and find out what happened to it,
right.
But I do make sure I take pictures of the label with the serial numbers and stuff on it, so it's in the listing, and I have documentation for it. So if they're trying to pull a switcheroo on me,
Right.
But I'd still probably lose no matter what.
Okay, so guys, somebody mentioned to put everything on auction. Seriously, like me right now, I think I've got like 650 or 700 items or something like that listed. I mean, if I was to switch everything over to auction, you got to pay 25 cents per item to switch it over. That gets a little pricey, so at least I believe so. I don't know if you have a fixed price listing, if you switch it over to auction, you get charged the full amount, or if they charge you a partial amount. But I know auctions are more expensive to list than fixed price listings are.
Yeah,
But,
I'm just looking at my eBay, and they've got there's a whole bunch of unused free listings that I haven't touched, that are like 4 or 5 emails in there that are still running for auction and fixed price both.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the promotion. And take advantage when you see them. I mean, it's a big deal when if you can get 10 or 20 items listed anyway. Like if you've got a store, do you have a store, Dana?
No, just eBay. I haven't gone to a store yet. I'm thinking about it, and I'm watching to see how things build, and if it starts getting to the point where it's going to be worthwhile, then I might jump in. Yeah.
So you pay 30 cents per listing right now?
Typically, yeah. Well, only on some items. I mean, not everything.
Yeah, I mean, like DVDs and Blu-rays and books and stuff like that are all 5 cents to list, no matter what level you're at. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of this, if you do a lot of clothing or a lot of like, we've been talking a lot lately about breaking down appliances. You know, I mean, if you take a
Right.
KitchenAid blender or a food processor or something, right there, it's going to be 5 or 6 listings. You know, and it's at 30 cents a listing. You know, you save what, 50
Starts
cents or
adding up. The
something.
only thing I got is a Cuisinart blender jar up
Yeah.
there. That's the only
Well,
hard
the
appliance
big thing
part that I
about
have.
opening a store is you get the 150 free listings. So if you're
Right.
making 150 listings a month, that basically pays for the store by itself, just about. So
Yeah.
if you're not listing that much, then obviously you probably don't need a store. But if you're using all of your listings every month and you're getting a bunch of other stuff listed as well on top of that, then it can definitely pay for itself. It just depends on how many items you have in the store.
Yeah.
I
My
mean, just
eBay is
having.
mostly just my un-Amazonable stuff. You know, it
Mhm.
looks like it wouldn't. I couldn't send it into Amazon either. It's too big, and I don't want to pay the oversized. I already got oversized crap in there now, like 9 of them. But stuff like that, that's just I either can't sell it because it's a gated category or something like that, and it just ends up on eBay. But I run about 20 to 40 listings in a month, and that's about it. You know, I
Yeah,
don't
so you don't
really.
have to worry about a store.
I've gotten it up to 100 before. When I first started, I actually would have got me in this door was doing DSD. At that point, I actually got it up to 100 listings at one point, and I made a little bit of money. But then I've kind of backed away from that. I don't do it anymore. I don't do the drop shipping from Amazon thing anymore. But it's what got me in the door and got me looking at this as a viable way to make money, and it's actually starting to work out. After 3 or 4 months, it's starting to build some momentum, and I'm getting a little bit of a following. I got a few people watching my stuff, and I've started to promote it a little bit, so it's starting to get some legs under it. And so at that point, I'm starting to consider doing an eBay store. I also need to get a handle on bookkeeping. That's going to be a major issue if I don't get on top of it now, because I'm incorporated, so I have to file in March, not April. And so I switched my listing in Amazon over to a business, or I guess I switched on eBay over to my corporate name instead of my personal name, so it doesn't come in as that. But so I'll have to deal with all that. This is primarily one of my that and Social Security is my major sources of income, and I get the occasional home inspections. In fact, I got one to go do this morning. I picked up from a friend who got double booked and said, "I can't cover this one. Can you do it?" You betcha. I'll take $350 for going out for 2 hours. No problem.
Yeah, exactly. It would be nice. It's nice to have little stuff like that on the side. I mean, my side gig.
And to
You
continue
hung
on,
up, Paul.
You gotta love technical difficulties. You got to love them.
Hey, Chris Talbot.
He's muted.
Yo,
You ever
My
get
side business, which used to be my primary business, is my home inspection business, and if I can get 4 a month, I'm good.
Yes, 1 second. Dude, you guys gotta hear. You guys gotta hear this shit. I'm sorry.
That's $1.
Language.
To an FBA specialist.
Okay, ito sa FBA. Okay.
Yes, FBA specialist. Do you know what FBA is?
Yes, so, kindly provide me what is the FBA because, to be honest, I'm not familiar with the FBA.
What?
Yeah, I've run into that before.
What?
They're like robots. They have to go through their drill before they'll release you to an FBA specialist.
What?
Are you the person who bought my Robert Graham shirt and did not pay yet? You're from Mumbai, India. Find that person.
It is actually, it's that time to where you should get somebody in the freaking Cali place or whatever. When I call on Monday mornings, eBay, I usually get somebody that speaks English as their first language. I would have thought that Amazon would have been the same way.
Yeah, I called the other morning, got the same thing. I actually got an English speaker, and she was in Cincinnati or something. Like, holy cow! I have to mark this down on my calendar. It's red letter day. that you actually handle what I need to get handled.
I have certain hours that I don't call because of that
Yeah.
same reason.
Offshore
If you don't
stuff,
speak English as your first language, it makes it difficult. It does. I'm not, it's just
Yeah.
a language barrier.
And first level support is just naturally going to be that. They're going to handle the things via a script. You say a word, they type that word into their support software, and the support software comes up with a bunch of scripts that they're supposed to say. And they're very robotic about it, and they won't do anything but go through that script, regardless of what you say.
I used to do that from my house, answer calls and stuff like that, and then, just like you said, you type a word in, and then your script would pop up. I used to do that from home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a side job for a lot of people, customer support, and you do it from home.
Yeah.
I see them listed all the time that way.
It's one of the reasons why I don't ever give my credit card number out to a person on the phone through technical support like that. Yeah. Because a lot of people are just sitting at home answering those calls, and if you're giving them, your address and your name and your credit card number and everything else, you just gave them permission to rob you.
Yeah. I always just tell them, good luck. You can have this stuff, but this card is hammered. It's going to deny, so don't bother.
I sold a mug for $24, and it was not a Starbucks mug.
Wow.
Okay.
You're not in on all the Starbucks bolos?
Do what?
You're not all over the Starbucks bolos?
I would be if I ran into them on a regular basis, but I do pick up my mugs. I just sold, like I said, one for $24. I paid 50 cents for that thing. I'll show you.
There was a thing on reverse bolos on one of the Facebook groups, and that got a lot of action on that one. Mine was basically frickin' coffee mugs. I paid attention to somebody said they were making a ton on coffee mugs, so I grabbed a whole bunch of them for 50 cents. Ended up taking 99% of them back, or just redonating 99 cents of them and eat the money, Like, oh well. The only things I keep are the things that are really odd or unusual. I haven't found a Starbucks mug yet, but I did find some Christmas stuff, a really cool red mug with a snowman on the handle and things like that. So those things went into FBA, and we'll see if they sell. But unless it's a really unusual or collectible and stuff, and I know for sure that it's collectible, I don't bother even touch them anymore. There are a million of them. They're like cockroaches. They're everywhere.
What, coffee mugs?
Yeah, coffee mugs. Yeah.
I sell a lot of them, actually. I sell at least one or two a week, it seems like.
I couldn't sell these for nothing. I had them listed. I went through eBay for 60 days with a whole set of mugs and couldn't sell any of them.
Well, that just goes to show that it's trial and error a lot of the times, and what sells for one person might not sell for another person.
Yeah, I don't think that's trial and error. I think that's Cassini doing stuff to kind of get people pigeonholed into their niches. And I know that, I know it is. I mean, they push certain things. There are certain items that as soon as they list, they sell in a week from. And I mean, there's other items that I've never sold one of. I've never sold a coffee mug. I've listed probably 24 coffee mugs over the years. I've never sold them. So I mean, it's just, I think that Christine kind of pays attention to your actions and what you usually list, and then they they kind of get this. The code is set up. They think that they know better than you. I guess I don't know. Like they know what you're good at, and they try to get you to stick with that stuff. Like encourage you to stick with that stuff by pushing the search rankings on those items. And then if you try something new, maybe they don't do as much to push those search rankings. And then
well, like an old economist said back in the 20s or 30s or whatever, there are lies, there are damn lies, and then there's statistics. And that's what Cassini's using, statistics.
Mm-hmm.
They crunch the numbers, and this is what they come up with. Whether it has any reality to life and the real world at all has no difference. But this is what the metrics say. You should be selling coffee mugs, or you can't sell coffee mugs because you listed 24 of them and never sold any. So obviously that's not your niche. So we're not going to list it. Even if you list 1 million Starbucks mugs, you're not going to get your listings are not going to get seen.
Yeah.
Because you don't sell coffee mugs.
there's still ways to get your listing seen with that. That's just
Yeah.
affects that. I mean, I've got to
Just have to learn to game it. Yeah. Learn how to work the system.
yeah, use Facebook, use social media, use message boards. There are plenty of ways. And then once you start selling the items, then that's when you'll be like, oh, he can sell that now. And then
Yeah, your stats start to change. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Your statistics start to change a little bit. I mean, I was like when I first started doing clothing, this stuff just sold, and I haven't had any issues with it. But then you get people that talk about clothing like they've never sold a clothing item. They never get like this stuff doesn't even get looked at. But I mean, when I click on my clothing items, a lot of that stuff, like 40 or 50 views, and I'll have watchers on everything, and so I don't know. Maybe they just decided that I can do clothing. But yeah, the trick, one of the big tricks I found to establishing a new niche, though, you can't just list one or two items. You know, you have to have a dozen of a certain type of item, and then list all of those. And then a week later, list a dozen more of that type of item. So if you want to get into coffee mugs, I mean, you got to just push those coffee mugs out there, and eventually you'll start selling, you know, one or two a week. But same thing with clothing. You know, just get those 10 or 20 items listed, and then the next weekend do 10 or 20 more, do 2 or 3 listings during the week. But that's the trick to Kissimmee, is just listing. I mean, that's how every kind of built around how much you list and what you're listing, and you know, maybe it has something to do with like customer feedback and what kind of feedbacks you're getting for different items. I don't know, but
I think you have a point. I sell a lot of collectible items and stuff, and a little glass stuff and everything. So I'm pretty sure that has something to do with why I sell coffee mugs, maybe.
yeah,
Because a lot of my stuff is little stuff like that.
just list. That's the trick to eBay. If you list a lot, then you'll sell. Well, hopefully you'll sell a lot.
Now, Paul, you said you don't do glass collectibles or anything like that.
Not as much anymore. I mean, I've tried it in the past, and they just don't do that well.
If you hook up with Golden Finger Picker out there, he knows about like glass ashtrays.
Oh. Yeah, I hear he's an expert on glass ashtrays.
Yeah. All of our video seems to have frozen, but the ashtray that I use, I don't know if anybody can ever see this or not, but this is still an ashtray I made myself in a pottery class in 1975. These are the same one.
Oh, about had it with this internet today. I don't know what's going on.
It's just like going through the
Just came back.
Yeah.
going through the thrift stores. I walk by all those
There we go.
little.
Now I can show you. See here, the ashtray I've been using since 1975. Same one.
Wow.
And I made it myself.
Nice.
My big contribution in pottery class. Also did a stained glass class too. I've got that sitting around here somewhere too. That was actually pretty cool. Got broken once, but I have to fix it. But I was at that time in the 70s. I was working as a Mercedes mechanic over in Beverly Hills, and was making good money and was off on the weekends and off in the evenings and things like that. So didn't have any other side business going on stuff. So I had plenty of free time. So there was a local high school that offered adult education classes, so I took pottery classes and classes, stained glass classes and things like that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. So somebody asked how to ship coffee mugs. One of the things that I do quite a bit. Like, this is probably one of my most common boxes that I ship, so I just buy them. It's a 6x6x6. But for
6x6.
smaller items, I'll just cut the flaps off, and I got a whole box of cardboard flaps over here.
Right.
Just like
You wrap them around the mug to protect the handle. Yeah.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
you wrap
This
those.
is the coffee mug I worry about. My bubba.
That's actually what I'm doing right now, is shipping that coffee mug that I sold. I get the 7x7x6 priority boxes from USPS.
Mhm.
They come to you for free. I wrap it and wrap it and wrap it like tons and tons of times in bubble wrap, and then pack the box with old newspaper and seal it up, and that's how I ship it.
Good morning, Michael.
Oh snap!
Oh,
Robin,
snap!
what's going on, guys, gals?
Same old, same old.
Mugs.
Morning, Micah.
Hey, Chris, Adam, and Brian. Is that Larry or Dana?
That's Dana.
In my Google shirt.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm
I got
shipping,
this Google when they started they started a program called Helpouts. And so
Oh
I
yeah.
jumped on it early to see if I could get the plumbing side and everything else, and I did it for a little while, and then it wasn't working out, so I just bailed out. But they sent me this free shirt that says Google on it.
yeah, so for coffee mugs, I just wrap the crap out. Like I use those flaps to support the handle and
Right.
fold them up and put them inside there, and then put another piece there, and then I'll just piece of tape, and then bubble wrap that a couple times, like a couple layers of bubble wrap, and then
Get the handle in the corner.
What's that?
Get the handle in the corner
Yeah.
of the box.
Yeah, exactly. Be careful where you put the handle.
Yeah. Support it on the inside and the outside, and yeah, I saw that on a couple of YouTube videos. I started shipping my coffee mug that way.
If you're selling more than one coffee mug, do not put the handles even close to each other.
Right.
I mean, keep them separate with lots of padding in between them, because the handle's the part that's always going to break off. But
I'll use a taller box and stack them one on top of the other. Sometimes I sleeve two boxes together to get a bigger one. I use a 6x6x7 and then cut a 6x6x6 down and stack it on top and put the second one on top of it.
Uncle, Picker Army,
What's up?
you making any money, man?
Nope, none at all. What's that on your hat? Can't see it. I like it.
Says who?
That's awesome.
what is going on, Mike? How's
And my hat has Mario on it.
Oh, Mario, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool hat. I got to get pictures of that and get it posted today.
How was the weekend?
Outstanding. I had my first $1,000 day.
Congratulations!
Pretty freaking stoked about that. I only had to spend $20,000 to get it. No, I'm kidding. But no, my house is completely full again, man. I'm looking here, and
You just mentioned it.
from what you guys can see and from what I'm looking at, is like I have like a huge general store in my living room right now.
That's potential profit right there.
It's all soldiers. I just gotta train them up and send them out.
Yeah. Yeah, my living room actually looks okay now. It still has a couple boxes up there that I got to get cleared out, just stuff that I'm taking to the thrift store. But, yeah. I spent all weekend all yesterday. I meant to spend all weekend. Why I didn't get done. Saturday I didn't do crap. But all day yesterday I just cleaned and organized. So.
Yeah.
Got to get some stuff listed now. I found a Wii.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like in my pile, I started going through. It's like, oh, there's a controller. Cool. Oh, there's a nunchuck. Wait, this Wii. I wonder if this works. Plugged it in. Wow, the Wii works. Got everything put together. I'm like, wow, I could just sell this as a Wii. I didn't know I had that.
I found a PS2 Slim that I have to get a part of the power cord for it, but everything else is there. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we were talking about earlier is side gigs and kind of stuff you do for extra money, like just quick cash. And before I got cut off by my internet, I was talking about how I fix Xboxes and PlayStation 3s and stuff. But I mean, I've got a couple of video game stores around town that I can go into, and when they have broken systems, they'll just let me take care of them because I'm usually pretty quick. I've been taking forever lately. I'm surprised they still let me handle their business, but I've just been so busy I haven't been able to get to the stuff as quick as I like. But I mean, I can fix a red ring in an hour. That's $30. I can fix a 20 minutes. It takes me about 20 minutes to replace a laser. That's $30, $40, $50 depending on what kind of laser it is. And I mean, if I spend 3 or 4 hours just repairing systems, I can usually make $100 or so pretty fast and easy. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll pay attention to what they have on their shelves, and I'll get like older, like rare video games that they're trying to sell for what they're worth, and they take forever, and they just sit there, and they never move. And then when they owe me, $50 or something cash, I'll just tell them. Well,
take it in video games, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll take it in like $80 in store credit instead of getting the cash, and they'll go for that most of the time. Or I'll be like, okay, well, what if I took this, this, and this? It's like this game that they have for $30, they might give it to me for 20, or because it's been sitting there forever, or like a stack of $5 games, like Guitar Hero games and Wii Fit games and stuff like that, the things that I can bundle with accessories, they'll, they're $5 games that sit there forever that never sell, and I'll just be like, yeah, why don't you just give me those for $10, and they'll give them to me. But little things like that, I mean, it's just creative ways, I guess, to try and pick up a few extra bucks.
Working the hustle.
Yeah, that's hustling. That's the definition.
So they fixed my eBay, man.
Did they?
And they were cool about it. They also gave me, because what it was is, remember when I went out of town, and I put my store on, vacation mode or whatever. Then when we came back, I turned the vacation mode off, right?
Yeah.
But in their system, it never got shut off.
Oh no.
When I called them, they were like, the lady's like, oh no, your store's on vacation mode. And then she walks me through. I was like, okay, let's go through this. And so she walks me through how to turn it off, and I was like, it's already off. She's like, well, on our end, it's off. It's on. And I'm like, no, it's off. So I told her, I said, and I came back from vacation way like a month ago. So, and I haven't had any sales. Nothing's been showing up on the all that stuff. And so they end up giving me like basically. It's like a half a month of the store for free, and some other things that they hooked me up with on there. So yeah, I ended up having like 3 sales over the last couple of days. So.
Nice.
Oh,
Good.
Which is not nice because I'm not used to packing and shipping things that I have to ship out right away.
Get your assistant on it.
Yeah, I need to get my assistant. My assistant's making breakfast right now, actually. But yeah, I was pretty happy about it. See, that's why I didn't bash them. Because if I'd have bashed them, they would have saw the show, and then I wouldn't have got any help.
No, you don't have to bash them. You can just tell what's going on. It's not bashing them if you're having a bad experience and you mention it. It's not the same thing,
Yeah.
You're having a bad seller experience.
Yeah, my eBay store was not as described.
Yeah.
Years ago, they used to have they would have those old Windows messages like Windows 95 that pop up on your screen, the gray box, and it was this is happening or whatever, and they had a joke one that somebody would put out there. It says, "Caution, your system is in danger. Windows has loaded."
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So you got 3 packages to send to eBay, and you got like 2,000 packages to send to Amazon. Is that about right?
2,000. It's about 1950, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I have stacks of boxes. You can't even see it, but they're as high as my table right here on both sides right now. It's just all this little stuff.
Yeah, just take your camera and move it to the top of your monitor, point it down.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy all the stuff that I got.
Yeah, I haven't done any sourcing this weekend at all, and I'm probably not going to do any sourcing this week. Now that I started going through everything, I'm like, man, why am I even bothering going out? I got like $20 shirt here, $20 shirt there, a $60 coat there, and none of this stuff is listed. I need to get it listed, or else it's just going to sit there. It's not money. You're not making any money on it if it's just just sitting there. You got to get it listed for it to sell.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
putting your money in a bank savings account and getting .010 interest.
Exactly.
And here, in this case, you're not getting any.
Exactly. Not
Costing you
even.
money to store it and heat it. Yeah, I went out this week and hit a bunch of garage sales and picked up some stuff, but I did score a interesting another spam call on the house line. Ignore it. The one of the last things I went to was supposed to be a hoarder's clear out or whatever. I said, that sounds interesting. So I wandered way out in the boondocks in Tahunga or somewhere, and I finally found it. No action, nothing there. Some tables sitting around with junk on them, but nobody there. I pulled in the driveway and parked and went pounded on their door. They came out, oh yeah, well we canceled it because we thought it was going to rain. It's like, oh really? The sun is burning my eyes right now. Anyway,
Okay.
but
Well,
she did say that they did have all that stuff, and they had a 2-car garage stuffed full of new stuff that
Oh my
hadn't
God.
never been used and never been opened and stuff like that. And I gave them my card and I said, you give me a call when you're ready to have somebody look at that. If I need to, I'll borrow money or put some other guys together and at a local here, and we'll do a bulk buy, just buy all your stuff, depending on what it is. But I need to see it,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm on her list to give them a call and stuff, because they looked like they were interested in trying to get rid of it, but they just didn't know quite how to do it,
Yeah,
So
you
they're going to
mentioned
have a
that
garage
word,
sale.
though. You mentioned the one word that makes me leery of any deal like that. Hoarder. Trying to get a hoarder stuff is like
Well,
trying to.
they seemed to be very willing. They had a lot of stuff sitting around that looked interesting. There was some stuff out on tables covered in tarps because I thought it was going to rain. I'm picking up tarps and looking at it. Oh, that's worth money. Oh, that's worth money. Oh, that's worth money. To myself, I'm saying that,
Yeah, but
silently.
did you ask them what they're asking for any of that stuff, or were they just
I
not
didn't at this
interested?
point. I didn't want to get too pushy on them. I just want to let them know that, I do reselling, and I can help you get rid of this stuff. Give me a call, and we may be able to work out a bulk buy deal and just buy everything you got. And it's kind of like a 2-bay, a 20 by 20 storage auction sale, and just go in and buy it for $500 or whatever, and haul it all off. And then I have to figure out what the hell do I do with it,
Yeah. There are a
But it
couple.
could be worth a lot of money. So we'll see.
Yeah, I haven't found any decent auctions around here. I know there's like 2 or 3 auction houses that are really close to my house that I should probably go pop in on sometime just to see what's going on with them, but I don't know. I feel like that's dangerous for me. I don't have enough space.
I'm on 2 lists, and they keep sending me one. They look really interesting, but it's like the one they have online auctions and stuff. You can go look at the stuff because it's all local to me because I set that parameter. But you can look through all their pictures and what's there and and it's all manifested. And then you go make orders. But I started putting some bids in on some stuff, and as soon as I put a bid in, bang, you've been outbid. Oh shit, I got snipers going on this one, so I'm done. I'm not gonna play that game.
Yeah. I tried an online auction. There's a King Soopers warehouse that was liquidating a bunch of their food service, like commercial food service equipment. Like the Hobart mixers and the big steel shelving and the ovens and all this other stuff. And you could be there live, and the place wasn't that far from me, but I had to. It was in the middle of the day, and I would have had to bring my daughter, and I would have been there for like an hour before I had to take her to preschool. Then I would have had to drive halfway across town, go back to pick her up again a couple hours later, and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to do that. But then I found out that I found out that it was online as well. So I popped in on the website just to see what was going on with it, and it was pretty crazy. I mean, if I would have had like 10 grand to blow, then I probably could have easily made 5 or 10 times that off of it, just based on the prices stuff was selling at. I mean, I've been in the food service business my whole life. My dad's a chef. My brother's a chef. I know, and that was like the big. When I was selling produce, that's one of my big, like normal bread and butter accounts were restaurants. So I mean, I'm pretty familiar with like all that equipment, and it's money. I mean, I saw these panini makers even they had like 30 of them, and they were selling for about $100 to $150 a piece. Those things are $700 used on eBay. And I mean, these shelving units, they're like $500 shelving units that were selling for $20, $50. It was just but I just don't have space for that big stuff, so I left it
Yeah,
alone.
that's the space, and I don't have the capital to take advantage of that. I could see the bargains, or the money is there to do it, but you need some resources to make it work. And I don't
Yeah,
have.
I mean, I could have gotten in there for stretch myself a little bit and dropped like $500, but I wasn't sure how long it would have taken to sell. And that's what I was really kind of. I mean, I do a lot of coffee makers, and like if I find commercial stuff at thrift stores, then I'll buy it. And like I'll get coffee makers and like I guess that's mostly what I find commercial wise at thrift stores. But those things sell for $200-300, some of them. I've got a coffee maker in my garage that if it ever sells, then it's a $600 coffee maker. But yeah, it just takes a little bit too long to sell, so I don't like getting into it unless it's really, really cheap.
All right, guys. Well, I gotta head over to West Hollywood for a 9 o'clock appointment, and this being LA means I have to leave at 7:45 to get there. So I gotta get dressed to get out the door. It's only like 8 miles from me, but it'll take me a good hour at least, or hour and 15 minutes to get there.
Yeah, gotta
Over
love
Laurel Canyon.
LA.
So.
That's
All
one
right,
thing.
you guys have a good morning. Thanks for the invite in. I'll see you guys later.
All right, thanks, Dana. Talk to you later.
Take care. See you later.
Yeah, that's one reason why I would hate to live in California is just dealing with the traffic. It's bad enough here in Denver. And I mean, it's only like 1 or 2 hours a day that you got to deal with it around here. And as long as you plan your day right, then you can just avoid it completely. I think that's the number one reason that I don't get to the Lampay more often, is because it's right off the interstate in one of the spots that's like the most congested during the day. Like it's just right in that sweet spot where it's it takes 5 minutes to drive to the area where I'm about to get off to get to the Lampay, and then it takes another 25 minutes to get there, depending on the day. But
Yeah, I don't like to get into the traffic at all, man. I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up in Podunk, Illinois, so I didn't even know what traffic was until I got into Nashville. Army got in, trying driving around Nashville during their like when I was there. Do you remember that when they had like the interstate rebuilding going on, and like you couldn't even get into Nashville and get around in it at all most of the time?
I live an hour from Nashville, and my daughter, she's so used to this small behind town that whenever we drive into Nashville, she's like, "Oh, Mommy, look, it's the city." It cracks me up.
I was saying when I can't stand being in traffic.
Yeah, I can't stand it either, man.
I won't go to a thrift store or something if I gotta sit in traffic forever. It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about my area is I have probably a dozen thrift stores within 5 miles of my house, I'd say. And so, I mean, I don't ever have to deal with traffic. Not unless I want to.
That would be nice.
But,
I only have 2 within 5 miles from me.
yeah, Denver's not bad. Traffic's pretty good around here. It's
I
pretty
have a
easy to
question
do.
for y'all real quick.
What do you got, Robin?
I'm shipping this perfume that I sold for $138, right? And I've got to send it parcel select because, well, it's over the amount that it's supposed to be in order to get on a plane. So I am then adding insurance to this item, and there's ship cover insurance and there's USPS insurance. Does anybody know the difference?
Don't know.
There's what now?
It says ship cover insurance and it says USPS insurance.
I never heard of the ship cover.
Some
Okay.
of the ship favor.
There's no price difference or anything in the insurance. It's just I have a choice. So I'm like, what the heck is that?
There was a discussion about it, and to be honest, I don't recall everything that was talked about.
All right.
I know if you don't get the answer right now, I believe it was Deb that was talking about it before. Pinching pesos.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember because I've never shipped or insured anything, so I don't recall which was which.
Yeah, I've only done USPS insurance before.
I'll Google it real quick and find out. I just want to know the difference, you know.
If anybody in the chat knows, maybe you guys can post it up there.
Yeah, that'd be fabulous.
Yeah,
So-
I've never messed around with that. Any other insurance? I just get USPS, and I've never actually had to file a claim, so I don't even know anything about it.
Well, I've never thought about it before because I've never saw that, and I've never noticed I had a choice. But it's asking me to choose now, and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, people in the comments are saying ship saver, ship saver, ship saver.
Yeah.
Saver.
Have to sign up.
Well, my philosophy on anything that's like a private company versus a government bureaucracy, I'm gonna take the private company every time as long as it's not a lot more expensive.
Yeah, it's the same price.
Yeah, if it's the same price or cheaper, then I think it's a no-brainer just to go with the ship saver because, I mean, like I said, if somebody's in the business to cover that stuff. I know Scavenger Life talks about. I think they're talking about ship saver quite a bit on their podcast. But anytime they ship internationally, they use a different insurance than the USPS, and I think it's ship saver that they use because I guess USPS doesn't insure international sales or something like that. Anybody know anything about that?
I just put a link in the chat, Robin.
Okay, thanks.
It has an article about UPS versus ship cover insurance.
I love that I learn something new every day.
So it's ship cover, not ship saver.
Ship cover or ship saver? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that today. Maybe I'll go and check it out just so we got something to talk about tomorrow. Cause
Did you say it was ship cover, Robin?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
yeah, I mean insurance is important and everything, but
Yeah, I've never even heard of it before.
like I said, have any of you guys ever had to even file a claim? Because like I said, I never have.
I did.
I have.
hmm On that exact thing, the parcel select.
Yeah,
What
me
happened?
too. That's the reason why Parcel Select has lost an item of mine before, so I have not used Parcel Select since. So I'm kind of leery about it, but I can't put this on a plane, so I have no choice but to send it Parcel Select right now.
Send it FedEx Ground.
So.
You can always send it FedEx. Or, have you looked into that? Because FedEx.
No, I just printed my label, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never, like, anytime I've ever had anything lost, like the 2 or 3 items that say, or that the customer said they didn't receive, eBay has just reimbursed me themselves. Because the tracking is there. I upload the tracking, and I guess, like, as long as the tracking's done, eBay will go and file the claim themselves or something like that and get their money from the post office. I don't know what the deal is. All I know is I've had 2 or 3 times where a customer said that they did not receive the item, and eBay refunded the customer, and they refunded me. And that was it.
I have had that happen before, to where the shipping showed that the customer did receive the item.
Yeah,
So,
and then they said that they didn't.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have had that happen.
eBay just, did eBay just refund you?
Yeah, refunded me and the buyer. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
I'm running out of ink, and somebody moved my ink cartridge, and now I don't know where my replacement ink cartridge is.
oh, thank you for reminding me. If you guys go and check the group, I actually changed, or I got a new laser printer this weekend. Actually, I bought it last week, and I just got it all set. Okay, where's that echo from? Is that you again, Robin?
Do what?
You're echoing again.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so I bought a LaserJet or a new LaserJet printer over or got it all set up over the weekend. I've got my old LaserJet printer that I'm offering up for sale. I went ahead and put a post up in the Reseller Wakeup group just in case somebody's looking for a LaserJet. I'll cut a listener a good deal on it. Uh, Maybe we can work out a trade or something. If anybody needs a LaserJet printer, go ahead and check that out. Look for the post, join the group, and get you a good deal. Just I don't need two of them, you know. And the one that I bought last week is just a little bit better and a little bit faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep my new to me one, and then I've got this other one. It's a Dell B1160W. It's got an original Dell ink cartridge in it and everything. So it's really high quality. And I've been using it for over a year. I think the ink is like at 60 or 70% still, as far as how much is left in there. And I print probably 10 pages a day on average. And I think I've changed the cartridge twice since I got it. And the original cartridge is like half full. You know, you only get 700 pages out of that. And then the second cartridge was a full one. I got 1,500, and then the one that I'm on now, almost halfway through that, and that's another 1,500 page cartridge. So if anybody's looking for an inkjet, or a LaserJet printer, and they want one that they know works, go ahead and go check that out. Maybe we can work out a deal, because I don't want to list it on eBay yet, just in case there's somebody that needs one. Like if you really need one and you're a reseller and you watch the show, then I'll hook you up. Don't worry.
Does that one have easy refill on the cartridges? You know, third party or whatever.
I haven't even looked into it, honestly. When I bought the printer, I got two cartridges along with it. I bought it on clearance at Walmart, and the two cartridges that I bought with it, it's like I paid like $90 or $80 or $90 for the printer and like $25 each for the cartridges, and now I've just never had to refill it. But most of those cartridges are really easy to refill. You just have to look them up online. But you looking for a LaserJet there, Brian?
I was just wondering.
Oh, okay.
I got an all-in-one thing over here in my thermal.
Yeah. And yeah, the nice thing about this one is it's like really small, you know. It's not big at all. You know, it's a nice little compact unit that a lot of those laser printers that you see are just really big. This one's good size. But yeah. And while you're at the the Facebook group, I haven't been talking about it enough the last couple of weeks. It's like I keep forgetting to even mention it, but I am still looking for a banner. So if you have any artistic ability, or if you're good at Photoshop or whatever, I got a little banner that I hand drew at the top of my group just to kind of give an idea to people what I'm looking for. But you don't even have to follow that idea. That's just a guideline that I had in mind. But if you've got something completely different in mind, then if you could make a banner for me and post it up. There are plenty of other people who have come up with ideas, and there are lots of different, there's probably like 10 different submissions now, something like that. Just to give you an idea of what people have been coming up with, you can go take a look, and if you come up with a banner and I decide to use it, then get you this cell phone holder. Hooks on, it's got a suction cup on it to hook onto your windshield so you can use your camera while you're in the car. Or, you know, if you want to use like a GPS or something, it's a handy little cell phone holder. It can hold a camera too. It's got a little sticky thing that hooks onto the bottom of it so you can put it on your desk or your dash or whatever if you don't want to have it suctioned onto your to your windshield. And basically it's just a handy little thing. But as you can see, if you know Cool Toads, it's Cool Toads brand even. Yeah, but it's yours if you can design me a decent banner. Just need something that's a little bit better than, well, a lot better than what I've got. But
Alright, guys, since I'm echoing, I'm gonna go. I just noticed the time anyway, so.
All
We'll see
right.
you
Well,
later.
you were fine all day. I don't know why it just started. It stopped.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it did. Nope, never mind. You're echoing again.
Okay, I'll see y'all later.
Bye, Robin.
Bye, Robin.
Whoa. Okay, so Adam, you're saying, what are you having a problem with something there, Adam?
I think he's having problems with translation.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Gary.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Who's that?
There's Gary Marsh, the Green Mountain Picker.
Gary. Hey, what's up, Gary?
What's you guys doing?
We are just trying
Doing
to
the wake up. Yes, I know.
We are having a Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday. Don't expect much from us on Monday most of the time. I'm just wiped out, man. I'm so freaking tired from the weekend. Yesterday, it was just like I got up in the morning and it was crazy all day, you know. Did catch the art show last night though. That was a good time. Dana Crawford's always good to have on. If you guys didn't watch that, then go. Chris Cerrone, what's it? The Walking Pickers is channel name. Go check that out. Subscribe over there, and after the show goes down. But it is a laser jet, Chad. He said, if I'm sure it's not an inkjet. Yes, I think I know the difference between a laser jet and an inkjet printer.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
You're talking to the guy who doesn't know the difference between a giraffe and a zebra.
Or giraffe skin and goat skin.
Spotted goat.
Yeah. A baby giraffe and a fake baby giraffe.
A giraffe that lost its head.
No, go check out the posting, man. I mean, I got a picture of the box and everything. That's the other thing. It comes with everything. It comes with all the cables. It's in the original box. It's got the manual, all that stuff. So, but yeah, I do like video games. So if you've got some that you want to trade me, then maybe we can work something out. If you don't want to pay, if you don't have the cash or you're short or whatever, I mean, how we're all pickers. We all have stuff that we can give or that we can work and deal with. But
Do you take clothing?
not right now. Depends on the clothing. Might consider it. But yeah,
Ink or toner?
toner, whatever. It's a
He said it's a laser jet.
it's a laser jet printer. Yeah, I know the difference between ink and toner. I just am lazy and I'm fried today, so.
Oh, my camera.
Well, I got an item back the other day from the post office, and it was actually a fairly expensive item. It was like 60. The customer paid like $60 for it, and I got a letter. I got it back and said return to sender. Customer, all the sender, the receiver, receipt. And he already paid for it, but there has been no request for money returned. So it's
Okay,
kind of
so somebody just received an item from you and then they just sent it back without using the eBay's return policy and everything?
it came right back with no information through eBay or anything, and no request for money returned or nothing, and it had a big stamp on it that said deceased.
Oh, well,
Well,
I would
that-
just not even sweat it then.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know. It's like, anybody ever ran across one of those before, you know?
I get returned to sender stuff all the time, but like maybe once a month, I guess. It's not all the time, but if I get a item that's returned to sender and nobody mentions it to me, nobody says anything, I don't get anything in eBay, I just whatever. If they contact me and they're like, hey, I bought this item and I had to move and they're sending it back to you, then yeah, I'll go ahead and refund them. But if I get a return to sender and I don't get any kind of back and forth from the customer, then whatever, I'll just resell it and keep the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I did. I put it back online because whatever. But I haven't received a notice for any money returns or anything like that, so I'm just kind of like, okay. And it's already been for like 2 weeks almost.
Yeah.
Going on the second week.
I wouldn't sweat it. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if there's like a certain protocol or whatever, like how you should handle that, but the way that I handle it, if they don't mention it to me and they don't say anything, then and like if they forget about it or whatever, then that's on them.
Well, maybe the person was deceased.
That's why I said if they were deceased, they couldn't ask for a refund.
Right.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Return the money to a dead person?
That's what I'm saying. So there's nothing you can do except keep the money.
Yeah.
Send flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if the family realizes what happened and they try and get a hold of you, then yeah, then you gotta deal with them. But I mean, if it gets forgotten, then whatever. I mean, every once in a while it happens. Stuff like that happens. I found it. What did you find, Mike? What is that?
I found the coolest board game ever, to me anyway. I thought it was cool. It is Edible Monopoly.
Edible Monopoly.
Yeah, all the pieces are. I think it's all the pieces and everything. All the what do you call them? The the little cards. Usually it's cards, but they're all chocolates.
Wow.
So the whole kit is like, well, you can kind of see it on the back there. So inside the kit right there.
Target.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
the whole game's kind of like a consumable.
Yeah. The only bad thing is it kind of has a crappy expiration date, so they have to sell pretty fast.
MF.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough. I almost didn't buy them.
What's the ranking and everything?
But they rank pretty good. I think somewhere in the 20s or 30,000s in grocery.
Is anybody else having a problem opening up their eBay all selling page?
Yeah, all morning.
Okay.
I haven't had any problem.
Mine still won't open up.
Well, I can get into sold stuff, but I can't get into anything. I mean, getting into my sold and my unsold stuff, but I can't get into my all selling.
Yeah, I can't either.
I was just wondering if that me or what the hell is going on.
I've seen people on Facebook. Everybody's asking the same thing.
Well, I tried both. Firefox and Chrome. Can't get into either one.
Yeah, I think it's an eBay issue. There's probably terrorists.
Damn those terrorists.
Probably fucking Andrew fucking with us.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see what I'm selling. I can't list nothing.
Oh, I can list, but I can't see what the hell I'm selling.
No, I can't even list.
I think I can. I don't know. I was listening right up until last night. Well, actually, let me see.
And you knew I was going to list a whole bunch of stuff today, too.
Too bad eBay's holding you back, Chris.
I know, eBay just holding me back.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
It's all eBay. Man.
You know, Chris would do a lot better if he had a scanner.
No,
Oh,
let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Page not responding.
Yep. So yeah, I tried to list stuff I can't list.
I'm doing it right now. I'm opening up the listing tool and having no problems so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having no problems this morning either on eBay.
Yeah.
They know you have that scanner, Chris. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They heard you talking about Amazon in there.
Chris is defecting. Shut him down.
Do you guys have the multiple listing tool?
No.
Is that a store thing? I don't even know. It's been so long since I
think we figured out that everybody has it. Somebody else was asking about it in a hangout once. We walked them through where to find it, and they found it. So.
Oh yeah, that was right. That was Lisa. Yeah, I mean I'm in it right now. As long as you use the multiple listing tool, you should be fine.
Yeah, it must just be some people's eBay's working and some's not.
Yeah, I can get into that, I think.
Yeah, use the multiple listing tool. It's faster anyway.
Instead of a no-sale server, you're just on a no server.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just have to wait till eBay comes back up.
Yeah. Talbot, we're telling you how to use it. Go to the multiple listing tool, and that's all you have to do, and it'll work.
He's gonna wait till he gets the new scanner because the old one ain't working right anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, have you sold anything on Amazon yet, Chris?
Nope.
And you're doing merchant fulfilled for everything, right?
Yeah,
No.
right now, yeah.
What kind of stuff are you selling?
I got some. I got the printer, a Zippo lighter, and like 4 video games.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow, I wish that was my problem.
Are you having? You're not trying FBA at all?
Not right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you start getting stuff, once you start realizing that all you have to do is put it in a box and send it to them, and you never have to look at it again, then FBA starts looking a lot brighter and better.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't there yet. I gotta make some of that happen. I got fucking games piled right up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
All right.
Brett.
Problem I wish that I still had.
So,
These are so easy to list.
who's gonna come over and list all this stuff for me? I just want to make sure I know who's coming so I can make coffee for you.
I think your son is coming over to do that, right?
I take vanilla creamer, no sugar.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for them to list when they're laying down with their eyes closed.
Yeah.
Ask Chad what he does to get Logan up.
Oh, he takes a monster, don't he?
Okay, so Ron is talking. Sharon.
Takes a monster.
Talking about FBA fees and how they look like they're about 50%. It depends on how much you're selling for, or selling your. How much you're selling the
Okay,
stuff
straighten
for.
out my
There's
paperwork.
There's a base fee that starts at like what, $350 or something like that, would you say, before anything, and then like the percentage and everything else. So after up to $10, it'll look like your fees are about 50%. But
I got crap
if you're
everywhere.
selling the stuff for more than $10, then
Kind of a rough weekend.
yeah, if you get the stuff up over $10, then now you're talking about 30%. The higher it goes. So once you hit that $15 to $20 range, you're pretty safe running. Your fees are going to be around 30%.
That is correct, sir.
But
Lost everybody's voice.
say what? Did you say something, Gary? No. All right. So yeah, I don't know. Amazon, it's kind of more. It's a lot more convoluted than eBay when it comes to the fees. You do have to pay attention to what you're, how much you're selling stuff for a little bit more closely. I mean, eBay, it's what, 10%, and that's it. Amazon, you've got like, especially if you're using FBA, you've got storage fees, and you've got to pay to ship the item to them. You've got the picking fees. You've got the Amazon fees by themselves. I mean, it's yeah. But as long as you're at least, tripling your money on whatever you're trying to sell, and you're selling it for at least, $10 an item, then you're pretty good. Yeah, we started the show without you, Deb. Sorry. Somebody decided to sleep in again. So,
Hey, I was here.
yeah.
I waited as long as I could, Deb. I waited a whole hour, and you still weren't there, so I just went ahead and got in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. FBA is just nice because of the convenience factor, and I mean, it's so much easier to list. If I can go through 50 items in a couple hours easily on listing stuff on Amazon, just using the Seller Central with no special tools, no bulk listers. I'm not uploading any Excel documents or anything like that. All I'm doing is going to Seller Central, clicking, add a product, I think, and then looking it up, putting the price in, adding it to my shipment, and then once I get everything, like all my items put together, then I print out the labels and on my Avery labels, like the 30 up Averys, and that's that. Pretty easy. But yeah, I guess if I was doing that every day, I'd want to have a better tool. Do any of you guys what do you guys do to list your Amazon stuff? Do you do it that way, or do you guys have, I know Adam uses ScanPower, but what about, like, do you just do it one at a time, like?
Well, on eBay?
No, on Amazon.
On Amazon? Yeah, pretty much.
So you don't have any special tools or anything that you use? No special little, you don't like do the Excel thing like some people do? You just scan it in one at a time?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's no special bulk listing or anything like that I do. That's all. I mean, it's so quick. I don't have to take any pictures. I don't have to write any descriptions. If it's a new item and it's the right one, I'm getting to the point now where when I pick them up, I list them. If it's something brand new, I'll actually put it into the system and at the store. And then when I get home, it's just makes it even faster for me to list it at home.
Right, so you're just doing it merchant fulfilled in the store, and then when you get home, you change it up.
No, I'm just listing it like.
You're just putting okay.
Yeah, and it's just going on my my manifest.
Now, have you experimented with that at all yet? Just listing stuff merchant fulfilled while you're in the store, and then switching it over to FBA when it's time to ship it in, just to
Not
see
yet. So far, I haven't gotten things that are super hot. So everything that I've been selling so far, I haven't completely run out of before I got new inventory in. So this is, and if I get all this stuff in the next 2 days, I should be right on track for the same thing this next week for the Cyber Monday, whatever stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But
So are you still doing a lot of scanning, or are you just doing replens right now?
I'm doing a little bit of both. Like when I go to, certain stores or whatever, and then I go to the same store. You only have multiples of the same store, so
yeah.
I might go to like 3 big lots and whatever, and I end up trying to pick up the same stuff.
Okay.
But
So
if it's the same thing at the last store, then I don't even scan it. But like I said before, I always take the time to scan 1 or 2 other things, that are not discounted or whatever. So I'm always scanning, like going through.
yeah, how much faster is that scan fob that you use?
Dude, it's amazing. I mean, I can't even express how freaking amazing it is to have that thing. And to not be looking like you're taking pictures of the items it's like priceless.
Yeah, so people don't bother you at all when you're out there with your fob just going down the list or going down the aisles?
Yeah. It gives me plenty of time to think about the story that I'm going to make up of why I'm buying loads of stuff at the cash register.
Yeah. So do you, but I mean, obviously you still have to have the internet. You don't download all your, like, isn't there a file you can download from Amazon or something to have it, like, on your phone that you can keep updated? Do you do that, or do you just use the internet?
I don't think Profit Bandit has that. I think they might have in the past, but I was trying to do that because there's some stores that for whatever reason I get crappy reception in. They have this one thing where you can do it like takes a whole list of the item, like each scan. It'll keep it in your phone, and then when you do get internet, you can check all the pricing or whatever. But it seems like double work to me. So
Yeah. Well, like with my phone, okay, I have no problem scanning stuff. I scan really fast, and like my phone just it goes dink 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 right away. The only problems that I have are like if somebody tried to X out the barcode. Sometimes I'll have to get it just right. Does your fob scan that stuff really easy too?
oh yeah, yeah. The cool thing about it is you can turn it like on the side. I mean, the laser can be like completely sideways. The item could be wedged in somewhere. You can still get it scanned. I mean, it's really great. I was actually trying to download. It's called FBA Scan, and that one has. It has what you were talking about, like a database and all that kind of stuff for those times whenever it's very difficult to, whatever internet issues or what have you. But I couldn't get it to work with the fob, so I've just kind of been dealing with it. So.
Yeah. Huh.
And it's only like one or two stores that I go to that I frequent that have that issue for whatever reason. I don't know. They made the walls out of lead or something. I don't know what the hell they got going on.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple stores I guess that I have problems with, but most of the time if I just like move 10 feet in one direction, then I got my reception back. I mean, it seems to me people complain a lot about when they're out there with their phone how long it takes to scan. It doesn't take long for my phone to scan stuff. It takes forever for it to pull up. It's like, do you have to wait that long? You still have to wait that long for the item to come up with the internet, right? When you're using the fob, it doesn't make it, like, research faster.
No, I mean, it's research. I mean, it's always researched quick. I never had that problem. But I did the same thing that I think the Guild Money's brought it up one time. I just put a piece of Velcro on the back of my phone. And then I just put the scan fob on the back of the phone, and I just hold it like this and push the button with my finger.
Oh, okay.
So now I can just be holding the item, in one hand, and then it just looks like I'm looking at the item, and I can be scanning the barcode with my hand like this. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like go like this, it looks like I'm taking a picture of the item. It's like.
Yeah.
And I've had that discussion before. I've caught flack, and it looks like I'm taking pictures of all their items. Not that I don't understand what in the world I could possibly do with pictures of your crap inside your store, except maybe tell more people about the crap that's inside your store. But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't really get all that. Like people bugging me, about stuff. Like the last time anybody bugged me about scanning or questioned me about it or whatever, it was like I was at Walmart last week and this lady was like, "Oh, checking prices? Who's cheaper than us?" I'm like, "Amazon." She's like, "Oh," and I walked away. Yeah, but I think it's funny how people that work at the store are like taking offense to the prices.
Well, since we've been.
A lot of them don't even understand it. I was standing in line the other day there, and this woman said something about Amazon. She was going to buy this off of Amazon, buy that off on Amazon. I said, "You had one of those Prime accounts." I said, "Well," I said, "I have a seller's account." She looks at me, "Seller's account?" I said, "Yeah, you have a seller's account." She couldn't get it. She didn't.
What were you saying, Mike?
I was just saying that since we've been going to the same stores a lot lately to buy replens and stuff like that, they've kind of gotten to know us now a little more, and it's different. Like this, we'll go to the same store, but one store the guys would be or girls would be like, "Oh yeah, you're the ones that are getting those. They're right over there. They haven't come out of the box yet." We haven't even put them on the shelf. And then the other ones are like following us around like we're about to steal something, but we have an entire cartload of stuff. And you've seen us before.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm gonna buy half your store. Leave me alone.
I know. That really trips me out. Like every once in a while, you get somebody that is like offended by the fact that you're walking in there to buy a ton of stuff, and you're like, why do you care? You've got a price on it. I'm willing to pay your price, and I'm gonna take. I mean, yeah. So what if I bought all this stuff? I mean, what do you care what I'm buying it for? Why do you care anything at all?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm giving you guys. I mean, I'm making like a $300 purchase. I get that in video game stores more than anything because most of the time these guys know me. You know, I mean, I've been around for a long time. I've been doing video games for a lot longer than I've been doing like thrift stores and all that stuff. And I mean, that used to be where I got all my inventory. It was just from video game stores, and they got to know me, and they started opening up eBay stores. And it's like I'll have some kid working behind the register, and I'm like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. I'll take all 5 of those. I'll take all 3 of those. I'll take that stack of 10 PS2s, and they're just like, what are you doing with all this stuff? And I'm just straight up with, it's going to Amazon, or I'm selling it on eBay, and they're like, oh, you're reselling it? Like, okay, where did you get this stuff? Oh, well, somebody sold it to us. Exactly. What the hell is your problem? Why do you care what I'm doing with it? Oh, you're putting it on eBay.
eBay.
Yeah.
eBay.
I'm going to tell you guys a pretty cool story that happened. I know we only got a couple of minutes or whatever, but I think we made some kid's Christmas, man. We went to this one store, and we're, carts are packed, and we're heading out the door, and I guess this kid, it was a Skylanders thing, and I guess it's this specific one that he really wanted or whatever. So as we're on our way out, that particular one just happened to fall out of the cart on the way out the door, and the kid and the parents were right behind us, and we're just going to the car. We didn't notice it fall out, and the kid, as I look back, I see him coming out of the store, and I see him pick the thing up. And then he immediately runs it over to us, like out in the parking lot. And of course, after I saw the kid was like, oh, you dropped this, sir, and he's like, this is the one I wanted, and we gave it to the kid. It was just so great, man. Like, he was so thankful, that we gave it to him, and the parents were like, oh my God, we wanted that for him, and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, go for it, man. It was awesome to see it. His face was like, oh my God,
Yeah, exactly.
Did he look up at you and go, thanks, Mean Joe?
You can have it, kid.
Yeah.
Aw, you're so nice, Mike.
I know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, make sure you guys give back, guys, all right? And be very thankful for everything that you do have, huh?
There was it's kind of funny too, because last week I was in the store, and this little fella, he had some stuff. He was with his mother, and she didn't have much money, and he put something up on the counter, or juice or something, and she whipped out her wallet there, and she only had just enough to cover the stuff that she put on the counter, and the lady rang it up, and she was $2 short or something. She said, well, you're going to have to put that back. And I said, no, he don't. I said, he pay for that. I said, he can have it. Really? She says, oh, I'm so thankful. She says, thank you very much. She says, oh, she was smiling and grinning, and he was happy as a peacock. It was just a couple bucks,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you can make people
little
say
boy, he wanted that drink.
Yeah. Well, it's that time, guys. Time to wrap this up. Don't forget to go check out the Reseller Wakeup on Facebook. Make me a banner. Win a camera or a phone holder. A clip for your phone to stick on your windshield or whatever, so you can use the just easy way to make videos and stuff. I want to encourage people to make as much content on YouTube as possible, just because that's what I do when I'm not in the Hangouts, just sitting around. I'll turn on YouTube and just let stuff play. But it's always cool to see new people putting up new content, get ideas for the show, especially everybody's got their own ways of doing stuff, so I'd like to see that. But also like, comment, subscribe here. After the show goes off the air here in a couple hours, once it lets me edit, then I'll go back through and put links to everybody's channels. So make sure you go and subscribe to everybody's channels, catch up on their videos, everybody that's been on the panel today. And anyway, we'll talk to you all tomorrow morning, same time, 9 a.m. Eastern. And hopefully we'll be a little bit more lively tomorrow. Try and get some more sleep tonight. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Right.
And gals.
Back to work.